Hi everyone and welcome to Nesting Story. Today I'm going to share with you what I eat in a day. This is something that's been requested a whole bunch on Instagram because I was mentioning how I'm trying to get myself off of a lot of added sugar and aspartame that I realized I was getting in the habit of having. So like a lot of us, when we went into quarantine, I was like treating it like a party in total survival mode and kind of eating my feelings. So I started eating Easter chocolate and chewing a lot of gum, which has aspartame, which I never usually have. And just like having like spoonfuls of peanut butter all the time and just really relying on those sugar highs. But the problem was I was so reliant on it that it was actually messing with my anxiety more, and I could tell that I was like getting these like high highs and low lows of energy. And this is going on and on. It's been over a month and I was like, I need to get a hold of this. So the last few days I've done a huge overhaul of what I've been eating, and I've been inspired by some YouTube videos I saw, and it's made a huge difference. I feel like I've kind of kicked that habit a bit. I haven't completely cut out added sugar, but for the most part I have, or I've been really intense.
These are good.
Kids are home, so I'm kind of like trying to film where I can, but I've been trying to be really intentional about what I put in my body now. So everything that goes in my body is fuel, and they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Welcome to quarantine. Welcome to my life. What am I trying to say? Let's jump into the video. Let's jump into it this morning and I will explain throughout the video. So we'll start right from the beginning. It's 5 a.m. and I always like to get water first. I try to drink as much water right when I wake up as I can. I always wake up earlier than everybody else to get a couple hours done of work and have just a quiet house. As you can imagine, with 4 kids and a dog, it's pretty busy right now with everyone in quarantine. I used to use the Nespresso coffee maker with pods, but I recently switched to drip coffee, honestly to save money. I'll probably eventually go back, but I'm being really frugal right now, and I do just like basic black coffee. So I've stopped putting almond milk in my coffee lately for the most part. I'm trying to drink it black, just getting rid of extra calories here and there. And I bring my coffee to my office and I like to enjoy it in there. Now it's 7 a.m. The sun is shining. That makes a really big difference for me. I love sunshine. So I've recently started to have scrambled eggs in the morning. I really prefer brown eggs. I find they just taste better, and I buy the free range brown organic eggs when I can. I've learned you cannot be picky during a pandemic, so this is a special treat that I was able to score some. So 2 brown eggs. Oh, and I got shell in the bowl. Here's a little trick. Use the shell to scoop up the shell. It actually sticks to it. I believe a chef taught me that, but it's a really cool trick and it works every time. So I used 2 eggs to scramble, and the reason I added scrambled eggs to my breakfast is I was finding I was pretty hungry and I was snacking a lot, and I think I wasn't having enough protein. I was kind of filling up on sugary things. I was adding all this natural peanut butter to my oatmeal and sweetened almond milk, and it was not leaving me full enough. So I started to use coconut oil to grease my pan to add a bit of good fats to my diet, and then I scramble my eggs. So I'm basically upping my protein and vegetables and reducing my sugar, which includes any hidden sugars, added sugars, and even fruit. So this particular morning, I'm sauteing some mushrooms first. Again, more added protein. And I'm getting my oatmeal going. I do the quick oats in the microwave, but instead of what I used to do, which is add tons of natural peanut butter and flaxseed to them, I'm just eating them with a bit of cinnamon and some fruit on top. I love vegetables, probably more than fruit. So for me, the taste of vegetables is enough. I don't need a lot of extra, but I do add some salt and pepper to my eggs, some fresh ground pepper, and then some fresh ground sea salt. I add a huge handful of spinach. I love spinach. I think that's probably my favorite vegetable. So I love spinach. One thing I'm also trying to do is eat more cooked vegetables instead of raw vegetables, because I have SIBO, which is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, and I can sometimes have trouble with raw vegetables and bloating. So this is something that I'm trying to make more of an effort, is to cook my vegetables because it's easier for me to digest. So I wait till they're just wilted, and then we're all ready. So now I am getting my oatmeal ready. Again, I'm just having it plain. I add my cinnamon, a lot of cinnamon, and give it a good mix. And there we go. Look at those yummy eggs and mushrooms and spinach. So filling, lots of nutrition all at once. And I'm topping my oatmeal with some fresh berries. I know that berries can be hard to come by right now with the quarantine, so I do have some standby frozen fruit. I'm trying to reduce my media intake, so I'm enjoying some books lately, including an organizational book and listening to music. Oh, you're probably wondering why I have a big headset instead of wearing my AirPods. I found I was wearing them so much with everybody home all the time, it was starting to hurt my ears, so I ordered a over-the-ear headphones, and I'm really liking them because it just gives my ears a rest, so I go back and forth between the two. So every meal I take these, it helps with digestion. It makes such a difference. Sometimes I'll take 2, sometimes I'll take 4 in the middle of the meal, depending on what I'm eating. Okay, it's a little later in the morning. I've been doing a lot of conference calls, and I'm trying to have more tea lately, just more water and liquids in general. This is ginger tea. I drink a lot of ginger tea, again, to help with my stomach and digestion. So that's just something I can sip on, and I find that is good. It keeps me from mindlessly snacking because I can really hurt my stomach when I eat too much. Time to work out. I do CrossFit, and right now my gym is doing Zoom CrossFit classes, so that's what I'm doing here. Just a plank. This is the warm-up. And I'm getting my workout in pretty much every day, and then usually doing a long walk or some other cardio on top of that. I do find to get more cardio outside when it's warmer. Now it's lunchtime, and I have been preparing some stuff ahead of time. So I have some steamed broccoli and brown rice. On this day, I added 1 cup of brown rice and a whole bunch of steamed broccoli. Oh, Oliver is interested in what I'm making. And now I'm gonna have a sweet potato. I love sweet potatoes, and I always keep the skin on because, again, more nutrients just packed in there. And I'm just cutting it up, adding some holes with a fork, and throwing it in the microwave. This way I'm not cooking it with a bunch of extra oil, and it's quick. So I throw it in the microwave for about 4 minutes, and it's perfect. All right, let's check out this avocado and see how good it is. You never know, right? Let's see. And, ooh, look at that avocado. It's beautiful. So here's a trick. I'm not sure if you know this one, but while the avocado is still in the skin, just slice it up there both ways, and I cube it to add it to my bowl. Oh, I should mention I'm making a bowl with grains and veggies and everything. And then I get a big tablespoon. I'm looking for one. Oh, it's in the dishwasher. There it is. Our dishwasher is really weird. It's a drawer dishwasher. It came with the house. And I give it a scoop. I can scoop it right in the bowl. And that way I'm not getting this avocado mess all over my cutting board or anything. It's super easy. Look at that avocado. That's what you call a perfect avocado. Next is cilantro. I've washed it really well, and now I'm cutting it up. I love cilantro. Cilantro? I don't know. But anyways, I love it. I am trying to add as much flavor lately to my bowls as possible, and very little sauce or dressing, just to reduce calories, but also sugar. I've mentioned this before in other videos. I have a really sensitive gut to dressings and sauces and gravies, especially anything loaded with sugar. So this sweet potato came out absolutely perfect. So I'm cutting it up, leaving the skin on. It just adds so much flavor. I love the taste of sweet potatoes. I also love the taste of squash. I'm going to be adding squash, I think, later in the week to my bowls. Okay, and I'm just tossing it in the bowl. you go. Oh, Oliver's really curious. Oh, I know why. He loves sweet potato. That's his favorite. That's one of the only things he can have. Okay, now I'm adding some lime to it. Again, adding flavor as much as I can before adding any dressing or sauce. Adding some sesame seeds. It's about a teaspoon worth. Okay, I love this one. This is Mother Raw. It's a Japanese dressing. I added a little more than usual this day. The next day, I just added a teaspoon. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful bowl? So yummy. It's later in the afternoon. Around 2 o'clock is when I have my coffee. Again, I drink it black. And on the weekend, I made, ta-da, protein balls. This is with natural peanut butter, dark chocolate chips, and large oat flakes and flaxseed. And I always take my vitamins. I take magnesium, iron, vitamin D, vitamin B, every single day. I tend to need those. I get deficient with those. And I love tracking my food on MyFitnessPal. I like tracking my food just to kind of keep an eye on it. And this is a free app. It's by Under Armour. It's great. So it's about 3 o'clock, and I just wanted to mention I had probably the amount of one of these cookies. So
I ate the whole chocolate.
Yeah, we did
chip.
a little taste test.
I did the whole of these.
You love that one.
Oh, no.
Anyways, so
Wait, what one chocolate chip?
So,
Oh,
I was sent cookies by More Cookie, Smart Fuel, and yeah, it's got all good stuff in it. Actually, I'm just looking at the ingredients right now, and there's nothing bad in it. I don't even see added sugar in it, so that's awesome. Oh, a little bit of brown sugar. Yeah, but it's all good stuff. Chia seeds and all of this. So I had probably the equivalent of one of those just now.
Tastes like the vitamins we have. I'm not kidding.
She's having a heyday with our little taste test we created. All right, it's time for dinner. I typically make dinner around 4:30 or 5. I like to eat kind of earlier because I go to bed pretty early. So I washed one zucchini really well, and I'm spiralizing it to make zoodles. So I'm a big pasta fan, and I was having a lot of pasta, and again, I'm just trying to not get these carb and sugar spikes. I'm not eating keto or anything like that, but I'm trying to just work in more vegetables into my diet. And I microwave it for 3 minutes without water or anything, and it's perfect. Just like that. Look at those noodles. So on the weekend, I made some sauce, and it just has ground turkey, sauteed mushrooms, and a can of tomato basil sauce. There is some added sugar in that sauce, but you gotta live a little, right? So I always wear my apron, aka my adult bib, when I'm eating, because I am a notorious messy eater. I've always been, my dad is, and so is Mia, Mia is like me in every way, including that. I don't know why we're such messy eaters, but it's so yummy. I love eating. It's so good. And I typically drink water with meals, sometimes some wine. I'm trying to cut down my wine. It's later in the evening, and I'm having tea. Again, I would probably have 2 teas a day. This is the David's Tea green tea. It's a detox one. I really like it. It's very tasty. And if you're wondering where that kettle's from, it's an old kettle I got. I think it's Cuisinart, but it's an electric kettle. Okay, this is a concoction that I found out about recently, and it sounded so weird, and it is heaven. So I used plain Greek yogurt and a spoonful of almond butter, and you mix it all up, and it is the best thing. And a little note on this dairy: I typically don't eat dairy, and I really wanted to try this, so I thought, okay, I'm gonna give my gut a test and see if it can handle just a bit of Greek yogurt every day, because again, I'm focusing on protein. Everything I'm putting in my body, I'm trying to really fill myself up, and it has not been hurting my stomach at all. I'm really excited about this. So I feel like sometimes I just overload it, and I can't do that anymore. And I have this snack at my desk. Having snacks ready, knowing what I would have to snack instead of like Easter chocolate or the kids stuff, has made the biggest difference. Okay, so that's it. That's what I eat in a day. It's so good. I'm really excited because everything I've had today was nutritious and will give me energy. And it's not these like high sugar high spikes and then I crash and everything like that. So next thing I'll focus on a bit more is my portions. I can still feel my stomach a bit overloaded. I think breakfast is good, even though that seems like a lot. I can like handle a lot of breakfast because it takes me right through the morning. Yeah, I think dinner was like too big of a portion. That felt kind of like bloated after, maybe too much greens. So that's more me working with just like gut issues and stuff. So let me know if this has inspired you to kind of change your eating habits during quarantine. Are you like, I'm just gonna eat my feelings, which is totally fine too. It was more like I could tell that the negative effects of eating my feelings was outweighing the part that was worth it for it. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love for you to subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.